no! Okay, story time. Mr. Limbo, please throw that away. And once upon a time, in like somewhere around China, Russia, during the Soviet Union period, there was this one mutated flower. And well, most of the communists don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
So basically, the people that were held captive by communists because they don't like communism, they are Democrats. They escaped and went into this one wonderful like patch of those flowers, and it was so beautiful. It was also white, like it's the symbol of peace. It's also white, and then it's so fragrant, and it can be represented as freedom, because that's the first thing they saw when they escaped. It can be represented with freedom. Hello, sir. Anyways, like the flowers are so bloomy, and then looks so distorted yet so beautiful as well, so grotesque,
Yeah.
The tribal leader that the first breed of Democrats elected, he said in a weird voice, Members of democracy, we shall now elect to choose the name of this flower." There were a few options like Alexander, random white flower, but the most intriguing name of all was Bakongo. Now, Bakongo wasn't any normal name. It was like a type of name that you only give until something is so much important that you have to give the name. It's so important, And since the tribal leader knows this fact, the election just stops because it's an important name. It's supposed to be given an important name. So they named the flower Bakongo, the symbol of freedom, a random white flower that can be seen on grasslands. Now, during this period, after the fall of the Soviet Union, they still use that same very flower to give to non-communists, that to say, hey, I'm gonna give you this flower because I know you support democracy and not communism. But there were still communists hiding underground. So one day, the communists sprouted and attacked Moscow. And then the Democrats don't know what to do, since they were trying to vote for what they were supposed to do instead of actually doing it. Everybody stay calm. I have a few options here. Please choose your options, and whoever has the most votes, we will do. A, run away. B, actually fight back. Or C, do nothing at all. And since the rest of the people were panicking, they didn't get to vote. So they were just standing there while the others they expected everyone to vote. The tribal leader is just standing there confused. Then, like, out, and they look surrounded as well. Communists were killing Democrats left and right. So, but God had a plan. You see, like when the Bakongas were in full bloom that day, and since the planets were aligned, God sent like a powerful gust of wind that like sent the Bakongas, the flower Bakongas, they like, cotton, one of those plants that look like cotton but they fly away.
Oh, dandelions.
Dandelions, yeah. Then the Bakongas went to like the general direction of the communists, were in Moscow actually, and like due to the fact that the communists are allergic to democracy, and the Bakonga flower is filled with democracy, it's like poison for the communists. It emitted some sort of gas that the communists were allergic of. And you know what they were allergic of? I already told you. Democracy. And and a tad bit of anarchy, since at least the flowers didn't, like, hold an election for what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, but this sparked, like, another problem after the communists fall. What another type of war? Democracy and anarchy. Because not only does the flower symbolize democracy, it also symbolizes anarchy.
Yeah.
Because they didn't vote. The flowers don't even have the ability to vote. They don't have a mind. So, that's a story for another time. Cheers! Because I just finished the Bakanga Flower by Von Sackam Stories.